So hello everyone. Now coming to the first part of orthographic, that is orthographic projection of points. So this will be my today's topic, that is orthographic projection of points. So in the last video, that the basics for projections, I have explained what is orthographic and what are the types of views and what are the different types of planes and what is the first angle, third angle. So all the basics of the projections I have explained in the last video. So please go through that last video. Before listening this lecture, there is orthographic projection of points. Although I will be covering a few basics again in this topic. So orthographic projection means when you see any object, when you see any object, suppose this is my object. So when I see this object, the projectors should fall perpendicular on the object, right? If this is my plane at the back, so the projectors should fall perpendicular on the plane. So the view which is going to appear on that plane, that will be its orthographic. So this I have explained in the last video, so please go through that video for the concept of orthographic projection. So now I am going to utilize that concept on our object. So basic requirement means, so there are three basic requirements to create orthographic. So whenever we want to draw orthographic of any object, so there are three basic requirements that should be fulfilled. So the first requirement is object itself. This is the first requirement. So we must know our object. So our object will be well defined, right? So today my object which I have taken is point. So this is my object for today, that is point. So I am going to deal with the point. Okay, so I will be taking this small object. So I will be considering this as a point. So I will be showing you the projections by means of this object. So just assume it, this is a point. Okay. So second requirement is observer. So observer should be placed in such a manner that the projector should fall perpendicular on the plane, right? For the front view, the observer should be from the front, he should be seeing the object from the front. For the top view, observer has to move on the top. So observer will be located in such a manner that the projector should fall perpendicular on the plane. Now third is location of object. This is very important, location of object. So object is always located with respect to two principal planes. There are two principal planes. Already I have described in the last video. So again I am repeating here. So object is always located with respect to two planes. The first is horizontal plane, that is represented as capital H dot capital P HP, and the second plane is vertical plane, that is VP. And there is one more plane, that is profile plane, on which the side view has been projected. So object is always located with respect to this HP and VP. So based on this HP and VP, HP is basically the x-axis plane. HP is basically the x-axis plane. If this is x-axis plane, so this is considered as HP, horizontal plane. If I bisect this plane by means of a vertical y-axis plane, so that will be called as vertical plane. Okay. So based on this HP and VP, if you see this pictorial representation of HP and VP, so based on this VP and HP, this is my horizontal plane and this is my vertical plane. So object can be located with respect to this HP and VP in any of the four angle. In any of the four angle means this is my first angle, this is my second angle, this is my third angle, and this is my fourth angle. So based on this HP and the VP, there are four quadrants in the orthographic. So the word quadrant is just replaced by angle here. So I will be calling it angle. So this is the first angle projection. This is the first angle projection in orthographic. This is the second angle. This is third, and this is the fourth angle projection in orthographic, right? So with respect to HP, if I talk about HP, so with respect to the HP, the object will be either above HP. This is the region of above HP. With respect to HP, the object will be below HP. So this is the region of below HP. With respect to the VP, I will be calling object will be in front of VP. So this is the in front of VP, and with respect to the VP, the object will be behind VP. So there are four terms related to HP and VP. So again repeating, the HP, with respect to HP, the object will be either above or it can be below. So above means this is the region of above HP, and below means this is the region of below HP. So with respect to HP, I will be calling either above or below. With respect to the VP, I will be calling either in front or behind. So in front means this is the region of in front. So on the right side, if you can consider this is the right side. So the right side, that is called the in front of VP, and on the left part that will be calling as behind the VP. Now if I define the first angle, so first angle means when my object is placed here, so I can say that this is the region which is above HP, this is the region which is above HP, and this is in front of VP. So first angle you can define like when the object is placed above HP in front of VP, that is first angle. Second angle you can define like object is placed above HP but that is behind VP. Above HP, behind VP, that is second angle. Third angle you can define object is placed below HP and that is behind VP. You can just see the arrow, you can match the arrow, this is also behind. So behind VP and below HP, that is third angle. Fourth angle again you can define it below HP and in front of VP, that is called the fourth angle. So there are four angles in the orthography. So the point is, my object is point. Today my object will be, in this video I have taken the object point. Observer, that I am going to locate the observer in such a manner that the projector should fall perpendicular. Location of object. Now point can be located. Now the point can be located on the first angle. Point can be here. If I name it, suppose this is capital A. Point can be on the second angle also. Capital A. Point can be in the third angle also. Capital A. Point can be in the fourth angle also. That is capital A. So there are four cases regarding to the point based on the situation or situated on the angle. So if the point is situated in the first angle, so what we have to do is we have to split the front view and top view of the point. With respect to HP and VP, we have to find out where will be the location of front view and where will be the location of top view. We have to draw the projection of point. For the first case will be for the first angle. Same when the point is in second angle, so where will be the location of front view and top view. When the point is in third angle, again we have to split the front view and top view. Same when the point is in fourth angle, we have to decide, we have to find out where will be the front view and top view. With respect to the xy, which is called reference axis. So what is axis? What is reference axis here? So this is my reference axis. So reference axis is nothing but it's an intersection of two planes. If I just show you like this, if this is my VP, this is my vertical plane, this is my horizontal plane. If I am talking about this first angle, look at this is VP, this is HP. So this will be my intersection of two planes. So this is called as reference axis. It's always represented by x, y. So this is called the reference axis. So what we have to do, we have to draw the orthographic projection of point when the point is lying on the first angle, second angle, third, and it can be on the fourth angle. So there are four cases regarding the projection of point. So one by one I will be dealing with the case and I will be plotting the front view and top view with respect to this reference axis. So coming to the first case, so before coming to the first case, I would like to add one thing here. The thing is the notations. We have to follow some notations in the orthographic. So let's see what will be the notations which we have to use for the orthographic. Like if this is my object, and the front view, this is front view and this is top view. So let's take side view also. So if my object is a point, and if the name of the point is capital A, so A is the name of the point. If my object is a point and if the name of the point is capital A, its front view will be represented by small a dash. That means you have to use small letters with dash to represent the front view. Top view will be represented by small a without dash. Small a will be the top view of that point. Its side view will be represented by a double dash because it's point. So a double dash will be its side view. So you have to use small letters for orthographic projection. You have to deal with the small letters, not the capital letters. Naming will be in the capital, projections will be in the small. If you are using dash, that will be its front view. Without dash, that will be its top view. Double dash, that will be its side view. So this is for point. So if I talk about line, so So we know line two endpoints are required to represent a line. So if the name of the line is capital A, capital B, the name of the line is AB, its front view will be A dash B dash, its top view will be AB, its side view will be A double dash B double dash. Right. So if the name of the line is AB, its front view will be A dash B dash, top view will be AB, and the side view will be A double dash B double dash. Similarly, the name of the line is CD, so the front view becomes C dash D dash, top view CD, and the side view will be C double dash D double. That depends on the name, right? So that depends on the name. So we are going to use the notations accordingly for the front view and top view. Okay, coming to the first case of the point. So the case 1, when the point is when the point is in first angle. Okay. So when the point is in first angle means, so I will not be talking about now this. This is third, so I will not be talking about this. This is fourth. So now I will be talking about this. So my point is lying. So this is my point, and the name of the point I have taken as A. So it's lying on the first angle. So this is my point lying on the first angle. So what are the three basic requirements as I have told you? The first is object. So object, this is my object. Name of my point is A. Second is observer. So where will be the location of observer? So to see the front view of this point, so observer will be lying here. Then only the projectors are going to fall perpendicular on the plane. To view the top, to view from the top or to see the top view, observer should be located here from the top. Okay. So these are my observer. So first requirement is object, that is point. Second is observer, there are observers, and the third is location of point. Point is lying on the first angle. So all the three requirements we have fulfilled. Now how we are going to plot the orthographic here? So now when the front observer, when this front observer will see this point, when the front observer is seeing this point, so where will be the location of front view? Where the front view is going to lie? On which plane the front view is going to lie? So when this observer is seeing this point, so the front view is going to lie over here. So this is the front view, and the name, we know name is, this would be A dash, because that is the representation of front view. So the front view is lying on the VP, vertical plane. When the top observer is seeing this point from the top, so where is the location of the top view? So the top view will be somewhere here, and the name will be A. So the top view is lying on the horizontal plane. See here, from here, this is the front view. So this is on the vertical plane. This is from the top view, and these are the projectors. These are the projectors. These are the projectors. So the front view is on VP and the top view is on HP. Again, if I again show you the representation, if I just isolate this first angle and just I show you here. So if this is my first angle, this is my HP, this is my VP, and if this is my intersection, that is X, Y, point is lying here, that is capital A. This is from the front observer, this is for the top observer. Okay, so this is just the representation. So when this observer is seeing this point, so the front view is going to lie on the VP. So here, so this is my A dash front view, and this observer is seeing the object from the top. The top view is going to lie here somewhere. So this is my point A. Okay. So again, one more thing I have, just to make you more clear that this is, suppose this is the first angle, this is first angle, this is VP, this is HP, this is XY. So just if I rotate from for you, just for the understanding purpose. So this is the point. This is the point. Suppose, right? This is the point. So when you see from the front, this point, so it's going to lie here somewhere. This is on the VP. When you see from the top this point, so it's going to lie somewhere here. If I just mark it, this is my front view, this is A dash, and this is my top view, this is A. Right? So the same thing you can see here also. This is my A dash, this is my A dash, this is my A dash here on the VP, and the A will be on HP. Right? So now what is going to happen? Basically, these are two planes which are at perpendicular to each other, but we are dealing with a sheet. that is a single plane, right? So whenever we have to draw this projection, so we have to convert this two plane into a single plane, then only we will be able to draw manually in our sheet. So what is the rule which we have to follow to convert this two plane into single plane? The rule is we have to rotate, always we have to rotate HP. The rule is always HP is going to rotate, clockwise 90 degree. So to convert this two plane into a single plane, we are going to follow one rule, and the rule is always HP is this one. This is my HP. So HP is going to rotate 90 degree clockwise, just to convert that two plane into a single plane. So now what is going to happen after rotating? Again, coming back from the starting, this is the point on the first angle. Front view is lying on the BP, top view lying on the HP, right? HP, this is my HP. So these are two planes. So I have to make it one. So what I have to do in HP, I have to rotate. So this is the rule. HP, I am going to rotate. So HP, when it is rotated, when HP is going to rotate like this here, so what is going to happen? This A, after rotating, A will be moving below XY. A will be moving below XY. So this A is going to rotate somewhere, and it will be appearing on the bottom of the XY. So what we are getting, actually what we are obtaining here is A dash, that will be above XY, and A is going to be appearing below XY after rotating. Again, just to make it more clear, this is A dash, this is A, front view, top view. So what is the rule? HP is going to rotate. So when HP is rotated like this, clockwise 90 degree. So what we are getting here? So we are getting here the thing. What we are getting here is A dash is above XY and A is below XY. A dash is above XY and the A is below XY. That means the front view is above XY, top view becomes that below XY. So what is the final projection which we have to draw? So the final projection will be like this. See, final projection will be this is my intersection, that is the reference. So what I am going to get, the front view will be above XY, and where will my top view? Top view will be below XY. So this will be my top view. So this is the projection of point in the first angle. The front view is lying above XY, top view is lying below XY, and the line connecting the front and top, as you can see, this is a very light line which I have made very thin. So the line joining the A dash and A, this is called projector. This is called the projector. Projector is just representing that the front view and top view are lying on the same line. Front view and top view are lying on the same line. So this is called the first angle projection. So this is basically called the first angle projection. And the front view is above. The front view is above XY, and the top view is below XY. So as we all know, this is the vertical plane where the front view is lying, and horizontal plane after rotated. So this is my horizontal plane. So this is the projection of point in the first angle. Front view is above, the top view is below. This is very important point. Please you can note it down. The front view is above and the top view is below XY. So this is the point in the first angle. Now coming to the second angle. So when the point is in second angle, so what is going to happen? I am just shifting this point from here, from the first angle. Now point is in the second angle. So this is my point. Again the name is same. I have taken that capital A. Now again basic three requirements. Again I am going to fulfill the three requirements. The first is point. This is my point, capital A. Observer. So observer from the front. So if I assume that these planes are transparent. If I just assume that these planes are transparent, so I don't think it is required to shift this observer from here to here. He can also see this front view of this point from here also, because this is transparent. So there is no requirement of shifting this location of observer from here to here. So that is fine. But top view, so observer we have to shift for the top, so he will be moving here. So this is the observer looking from the top. Okay, second. Third is the location of object. So location of object, again we have fixed our point, that is point is lying on the second angle. Point is lying on the second angle. So when the front view see this point, so where will be the location of the point, on which plane? Again the front view is lying on the VP itself. So when this observer is looking this point, so this will be the location of point. So this is my front view, that is A dash. Observer is looking this point, so the front view is going to lie on the VP. The top view of observer is looking this point, so top view is going to lie on HP. So this is my A dash A as per the notation. So again these are two planes. If I just separate it, the second angle, just for the more clear understanding, this is my second angle, this is XY, this is VP, this is HP, this is the point capital A, this is the front view, this is the top view. So when you see from the front, when observer sees from the front, so this is my front view, this is A dash, and see from the top, this is my top view, and the HP, this is A. Again these are two plane, same problem, two plane. These are two plane, and we want, now it is looking like this now. This is my second angle, this is my A dash, its A is here. So now the rule, what does the rule says? To convert this two angle into a single angle, the rule says you have to rotate a HP. HP is always rotated 90 degree clockwise. So what is going to happen, as you can see here, when this HP I am going to rotate like this 90 degree clockwise. So as you can see, this is XY. So both views are going to merge above XY. After rotating this A, you can see from here also. So after rotating this A, so both views are going to merge. After rotating this A, both views are going to merge above XY. So what will be the final projections? The final projections will be like this. The final projections which we will be obtaining for the second angle will be this is X, this is Y, A dash will be above, and A will be also above. So I am not giving you the conclusion that A dash will be above or A will be above. That is not the point, that is not the conclusion, but the conclusion says that both will be above. Both A dash, that is the front view, and the top view will be above. So both front view and top view will be above. This is my VP, and after rotating the HP, both are merged. So both will be above. Now A dash is above or A is above, that depends on the data or the problem which will be given to us. On the basis of that only we will be deciding A dash will be above or the A will be above. But that is not the conclusion. Conclusion is both will be above. So in the second angle, both front view and the top view are lying above XY line. But in the first view, again I am reminding, the first view, front view was above, top view was below. But in the second angle, both are above. So what is going to happen in the third? So coming to the third, now the point is lying on the third angle. Now the point is lying on the third angle, so the point, so I will be rubbing this from the second. So now point is located here somewhere. This is capital A. Again, the first requirement is the point is capital A. Second requirement is observer. So observer is just, he can shift from here to here because this is transparent. So I will be just shifting here. He can look from here also as the plane is transparent, and for the top also, observer can look from there only because this is again transparent. So that should be on the top only. Okay. So where is the location of front view and top view? So when this front observer is looking this point, so the front view is going to locate somewhere here on the VP. So this will be my A dash because this is the front view. So as you can see, A dash is already below XY. It has already come below XY. Okay. Now when we look from the top, so where is the location of this my point on the HP? So this will be my top view. So when observer sees from the top, so the top view will be on HP, front view will be on VP, and the top view is on HP. Now what does the rule say? If I separate, again for the better understanding, if I separate it like this, so this is my point, capital A, this is X, this is Y, and this is VP, this is HP. So when front observer sees this point from the front, so the front view is lying on the VP, so this is my location of front view, this is A dash, and this is my location of top view, this is A. Again, these are two planes, so to convert this two plane into a single plane, the rule is common that HP has to be rotated clockwise 90 degrees. So when this HP is rotating like this, HP is going to rotate like this clockwise 90 degrees. So what is going to happen? This A, after rotating, it will lie above XY. As you can see, XY, A is above XY, and on the basis of XY, A dash is already below. So this is the third angle. So this is called the third angle. If I just draw the projection of third angle, so the projection of third angle will be like this. This is XY reference. This will be my top view. Top view will be above XY. Top view will be above XY, and the front view will be below XY. Now this point in the top view will be above XY, and the front view will be below XY. So this is called the third angle projection. So when the point is lying on the third angle, as you can see, where is the location of front view and top view? The front view is below XY, and the top view has gone above XY. It is just the reverse of the first angle. In the first angle, the front view was above and the top view was below, but in the third we are getting the reverse, that front view is below and the top view is above. So this all the things I have also described in the last video of theory of projection. You can refer from that also. But here we can see by means of a point that the front view is below in the third angle and the top view is above. So this is called the third angle. So this is top view, which is above. This is front view. Okay, this is my vertical plane. That the front view is lying in the vertical plane, and HP after rotating, that is moving on the top of the XY. So this is called the third angle projection. Now coming to the last angle, so it's very clear now. The third angle is the reverse of the first angle. So what is going to happen in the fourth angle? That will be the reverse of the second angle. So how it's going to be reversed? Let's see that also. So now the point has been shifted from here. So point has been shifted from here. So I have taken the point in the fourth angle. So this is my point. Name is capital A. Again, observer. If you are looking from here, from the top, let's locate the observer from here. So where is going? Where will the location of the front and top view? Again, when the observer is looking from the front, so this will be my location on the VP. This is A dash. When he see from the top, so location will be something somewhere here. So this is my A. Okay, just if I separate this fourth angle, so this is my point, capital A. This is my HP. This is my VP. This is my XY. When observer is seeing from the front, so the front view is going to lie. Front view is going to lie on the VP. So this is my front view. This is A dash. The top observer is seeing this point from the top like this from here. So the top view will be located on the HP. So this is my A. Again, two planes we have to convert in the single plane. Rule is common. HP rotate 90 degree clockwise. So if HP is rotated 90 degree clockwise, then what is going to happen? This A, after rotating, that will be on the bottom of XY. Again, the conclusion is both front view and top view are going to locate at the bottom of XY. So what will be the projection now? So the projection will be, projection is going to be like this. So this is the fourth angle. So the projection is going to be look with respect to XY. If this is my A dash at the bottom, so A will be also below XY. So this is my fourth angle projection. Both front view and top view, they are below xy. This is my VP, and after rotation HP is also along with the VP, they are merged. So in the fourth angle, the point is, the conclusion is both front view and top view are below xy. Again you can see which is the reverse of the second angle. In second angle both were above xy, but in the fourth both are below xy. Now A dash is below or A is below, that depends on the problem. That depends on the location of the point with respect to HP and VP. So they will decide A dash is below or A is below. But the conclusion is both will be below xy. So what we have seen in the four angles, the first angle, the front view is above xy and the top view is below xy. In the second angle, both are above xy. In the third angle, the front view becomes below xy, top view above xy. In the fourth angle, both are below xy. So just if I conclude all these four angles, by means of this angles, so in the first angle what we have seen, the front view above xy, the top view below xy. Second angle, front view above xy, top view above xy. This is just a conclusion of all the four cases which we have seen. Third angle, the front view below xy, top view above xy. Fourth angle, front view below xy, the top view above xy. Right? So these are the conclusions which we have seen regarding these four angles. Now coming to the conclusion of the entire topic, that is projection of points. So what we have done in the projection of point is we have located the point in all the four angles, and we have seen where are the views located with respect to that reference axis. Okay. So now I am concluding this projection of point. I am making a summary type of projection of point which will be helpful for solving the problems. So the first conclusion is on the basis of HP. So we have seen HP. So which view is associated with the HP, we all know, and which view is associated with the VP, that also we know. So with respect to HP, if I talk about, so we have used two words, that is above HP and that is below HP. Right? So with respect to the HP, we have seen the point can be above HP or the point can be below HP. So if I just compare here with respect to this angle, so in which of the four angles, the point was above HP? So we know the point was above HP in this first angle, this is above HP, and in this second angle, this is also above HP. So what is common in these two? In this statement and this statement, which of the statements are common in this both the angle? So when the point is above HP, so the common statement is front view is above xy. So we can conclude here, if the point is above HP, its front view is always above xy. So this we have to keep in our mind. Second conclusion, if the point is below HP, so which of the four quadrant the point is below HP? So we all know in this third the point is below HP, in this fourth the point is below HP. So this is the area when the point is below HP. So what is common here in this area? So the common is front view below, front view below. So we can conclude if the point is below HP, front view is below xy. So this is the first conclusion on the basis of HP. Now on the basis of VP, there are two words we have seen, that the point can be in front of VP, or the point can be behind VP. So coming back to the angles, so in which of the angles the point is in front of VP? See, I am just concluding for solving the problems of point on the basis of these four angles which we have seen the four case. On the basis of the four case, I am just concluding here. the projection of point. So in front of VP, so which of the following angles the point was in front of VP? So what is in front of VP? This is the region of in front of VP. This is the region of in front of VP. This. So what is common here in this? In this statement, what is common here? If the point is in front of VP, you can see this top view. Top view is the top view is below. Sorry, here also I have done mistake. This is also below. The top view is below and the top view is below. So this is the common for when the point is behind the VP. Sorry, in front of VP. The top view will be below XY and the top view will be below XY. So the top view will be below XY. So this is the first conclusion, or you can say the fact for the point. If the point is in front of VP, its top view should be below XY, as we have seen here. So I have done this mistake. This should be below XY. This should not be above XY. So I have done this mistake. So as you can see, this top view is below XY. This top view is below XY. Okay. So that is the first conclusion regarding in front of VP. Now behind VP, what is the region of behind VP? So behind VP is this region. So what is common here in this part and this part? The common is the top view both are above. So we can say that if the point is behind VP, its top view is above XY. So this is all about projection of point. So this is all about projection of point, which I have explained you by means of the different case. But this is only the projection of points. So again I am just repeating. So if in the problem it is given, if the point is above HP, its front view should be above. Its front view should be above. If in the problem it is given, the point is below HP, its front view should be below. If with respect to VP it is given in front of VP, its top view should be below. If it is given behind VP, its top view should be above XY. So if I just take a problem and just try to make you more clear about this concept, how we are going to utilize this concept by means of problem. So let's take one problem like it is given that a point A, if it is given first problem I have taken as, if it is given like a point A that is 30 mm above HP and 40 mm in front of VP. So draw its projection. So how we are going to draw the projection is, steps are very simple. What you have to do, first you have to start with the reference axis. So first draw the reference axis, name it capital X, this is capital X. So always you have to start with the reference axis. So all the projection problems, projection of points, lines, planes, solid, you have to start with the reference axis. So whenever you want to draw the projection, first draw reference axis. Now what is this given the problem? The problem it is mentioned that 30 mm above HP. Now just come to the conclusion, this should be in your mind. This should be in your mind. Above HP means front view should be above. And how to represent the front view? By using dash. So A dash should be above. How much above? That's what I have told you, that the problem is going to decide how much the A dash will be above and how much A dash will be above. A will be below, how much A will be below, that the problem is going to decide. So 30 mm above. So what you have to do? You have to move 30 mm from this XY. Suppose this is 30. Again, I am not taking the exact measurement. This is just a rough measurement. Okay, this is 30 mm. So this point will be my front view. So I will be representing it as A dash. So this point will be named as A dash. So this is my front view. Now coming to the problem back, so this is again written here in front of VP. So with respect to VP, it is in front. So in front of VP, again back to the conclusion, in front of VP means top view should be below XY. Top view should be below XY. How much below? 40 mm below. So 40 mm means on the same projection, on the same projector line from the XY, we will be moving 40 below XY. So this is the point you will be getting the top view. So the name of this point will be A. So this is the solution of this problem. This is the solution of the problem. This A dash is 30 mm above HP and A is 40 mm in front of VP. Also you can do the dimensioning by representing the extension line, then dimension line, then arrowhead, extension line, dimension line, and arrowhead. You can also do the dimensioning of this point. So this is the solution of this problem. Now this red color, the line is indicating the projector. So this should be light, this should be very light, this should be thin, and this point, this is actually the projection of point. So this point should be highlighted along with the name, but this red color projector should be very light. So this is the first column. If I just take the second column, if I just change the column, so if I just take the second column, like point B, it is given to you now 40 mm above HP and 20 mm behind VP. So now what is going to happen? So again XY, so start with the XY line. So draw reference axis XY. So again coming back to the problem, what is it is given the problem like above HP. Above HP again, above HP means front view should be above. It is fixed. So how much above? So it is given to you 40 mm. So what you will be doing? You will be moving 40 above XY like this, and this is the point. Now the name is capital B. This is very important here. The name is given to you capital B. So this point should be B dash, small b dash. This should not be capital B dash. This should be small b dash. Now this length is 40 because it is given to 40 mm above HP. So you have moved 40 above XY. Next it is given to 20 mm behind the VP. So behind the VP means your top view should also be above XY. Both are above, that means this column is of second angle. This column is given to you for the second angle. So this top view will be also above. How much above? That is 20. So you can measure the 20 from the XY. If it is coming suppose here. So this is the point. So this is the point and you will name it B. So this is my top view. This is my front view. This is 40. This is 20. So this is how you are going to solve the small simple problems of the projection of point. So I am concluding again. So with respect to HP, if it is given above HP, front view should be above XY. If it is given below HP, the front view should be below. So this is very important. So please keep in mind this conclusion, and how this conclusion has been generated, that we have already seen by means of 4 case, that HP is always rotating, and based on that only we are getting the front view and top view. Okay. And with respect to VP, if the point is given in front of VP, top view below. If it is given behind VP, top view is above. So this is all about the projection of point. So when you solve the different columns based on the point, so you will be getting more clear about the concept of this point. So in the next topic, I will be dealing with the projection of line.